Faith for triumph. Faith for triumph. Faith for triumph. Okay, Hebrews 11, 32, 33. And what more shall I say? For the time will fail me to tell of Gideon and Barak and Samson and Nephthah, also of David and Samuel and the prophets, who through faith subdued kingdoms, walked righteousness, obtained promises, stopped the mouth of lions, quenched the violence of fire, escaped the edge of the sword. my. Out of weakness were made strong, became valiant in battle, turned to flight the armies of the enemies, and their women received their dead raised to life again. Amazing, amazing, amazing news here. This is one of my favorite scriptures right here, from verse 32 to 35. Hebrews 11, 32 to 35. Nothing like it. Just nothing like it. Let me go and read it in King James for you. You would believe me. You would agree with me that there's just nothing like this scripture. This scripture just blows my mind. This scripture here is just my thing. It's just my thing. It just blows my faith up to another level. Now, this is James 32 to 35. And what more shall I say? And this, we are coming to the conclusion now. I guess you understand that we're about to finish our series on faith. And so it says here, and I say together with him, I say together with the writer of Hebrews, I guess this is Apostle Paul, and I'm joining my hands together with him and say, you have said a lot, man, Apostle. And what else can I say? He has convinced us, and I hope my messages over this past week on faith has convinced you as well that, we have a great legacy through faith. And he says, what more can I say? What more shall I say? For the time will fail me to tell of Gideon and of Barak and of Samson and of Jephthah and of David also, of Samuel and of the prophets, who all through faith, believe that, hear that again, who all through faith subdued kingdoms. Kingdoms subdued. Kingdoms subdued. That is like nations subdued. Empires subdued. Through faith. Not through the weapons of war, but through faith. Not through nuclear weapon, but through faith. Through faith. Not through war, through faith. Not through weapons of mass destruction, but through faith. But that's just one of the things they did. They subdued kingdoms. They wrought righteousness through faith. They wrought righteousness by faith, through faith, wrought righteousness. So righteousness is an act of faith. Righteousness is under the mercy of faith. Righteousness is under the power of faith. Righteousness is under the dominion of faith. Through faith, they wrought righteousness. Amazing. People have always been asking me, what is your favorite passage in the scripture? And I always say, I have so many, I don't know. But I think from now on, I'm going to be talking about this scripture because really, this is my favorite. I have many, but this just does something to me like you'll never believe it. Through faith, who through faith obtained promises. You know what? I'm going to join this line. I'm going to join this camp. I belong in this place. I belong in this place. Oh, yeah. We all belong here. You should find your place among these heroic human beings. You must find yourself among these heroes. You must find yourself among this list of people. Say, what more can I say? What more shall I say? For time will fail me. Wow. To tell of Gideon, of Barak, of Samson, of Jephthah, of David, of Samuel, and of all the prophets, who all through faith subdued kingdoms. Through faith subdued kingdoms. Kingdoms were subdued. How many kingdoms do we have in this world today? Not too many. Let's say, how many nations do we have? 200? So if we have 200 of these people, nations will be subdued. Can you imagine that? Just 200 people. One person will subdue a nation. And you know, I used to say that to everybody that would dare to listen to me, that we only need 200 of Pastor Sundays. Just like we did in Ukraine, if there will be somebody to do that in every country of the world, we will subdue the world. We will have conquered the world for Christ. Jesus will be ready to come back. And that's what we're seeing here. These people, ordinary people, they subdued kingdoms. Are you going to belong in the generation of those who subdue kingdoms? Or you are going to be listed among these heroes of faith that subdued kingdoms? Well, that is my destiny. And like everybody, I'm not shy to talk about it to anybody that dare to believe or dare to doubt that it's my time to go back to Africa. And I'm going back to Africa not just to do another ministry work, not just to do another church, not just to pray, to build another ministry. I'm going back to Africa with a mission. I'm going back to Africa with a mission of faith. I'm going back to Africa with an assignment of faith, and to be able to carry out the destiny and the mandate of faith that I see in these people, in these mighty great men and women of God. And these great men and women of God, they knew what faith is meant for. To them, faith is not to claim another suit or another shirt like mine, or to build another house. Faith is not, they don't need faith to build another house. They don't need faith to get another property. They don't need faith to get another plane or another house or another property or another $1 million or something. You can use your faith for that if you want, but these people were so noble. These people were so great. These people were they were so great in their generations. These people were so famous. They were so unique. They were so precious to God, and God was so precious to them. These people were people who had their priorities right. They had their priorities right. And you know what? They were using their faith for the right thing. They were using their faith for the right thing. Oh, wow. And if you look at some of these people that have been listed here, you might wonder, why is this one here? Why is this one here? One thing made all of them to be here: faith. Sometimes we look at them and say, wow, but this was not perfect. This had a lot of failures, or this had a lot of mistakes, or this had a lot of, some inadequacies or something like that. But in God's eyes, all these people were qualified to be here. And only one thing, only one criteria qualified them. My. Only one criteria qualified them. You know what that criteria is? You know what that criteria is? You know what that criteria is. What is the criteria for you to fall into God's hall of fame? What is that criteria to get you into God's hall of fame? The only one criteria for you to get to God's hall of fame, and that criteria is faith. So, of course, they were all people who had different issues, who had different challenges, who had different problems. Some of them had, different things they struggled with. All of them had their own struggles, all right? And all of them had their own lives. But they had one thing in common. Just one thing in common. You know what that thing is? Faith, my dear. Faith, my dear. Faith, 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 faith. Hebrews 11:32-35. Glorious words, glorious verses, glorious scripture. By faith, he said, what more shall I say? After all I've said, what more shall I say? Wilson said it's not like going to Africa, it's like trip to Mars or Sun. Yeah, I know. Going to Africa is not like trip to Mars. Well, but these people even had it tougher. They had it tougher in their days. They have it much tougher than us. Going to Africa is not a big deal compared to what they did. These people wrought righteousness by faith, my dear. These people subdued all kingdoms by faith. And you know what? This is all written for us so that we might be able to copy them. This is all written for me. For me. I am going to be in their generation. I am going to be in their lineage. I am going to continue their work. And I think this is all written for us to continue their work. Not just to look at them and admire them. No. Not just to look at them and say, wow, what a people are these. No. It's for us to be able to believe like they were able to believe. I mean, God is telling us there's nothing mysterious about this. Nothing mysterious about it. Nothing mysterious. And the key has been given unto us. The key has been revealed unto us. What is the key? Faith. By faith they subdued kingdoms. If you live in Germany, do you believe that Germany can be subdued to the king? In fact, I don't see any problem subduing any kingdom, any kingdom, any country to the Lord. Especially the free world, there is no problem to subdue any country to the Lord. And, maybe people are thinking what I did in Ukraine is a fluke, or what I did in Ukraine is by mistake, or is by accident, or just by luck. Wait till I get to Nigeria. Wait till I get to Africa. And we are going to be subduing one nation after the other. I don't have too much time, but we are going to do it. We are going to subdue one nation after the other. We are going to subdue one nation after the other. You wait and see. You wait and see. God has called us for this purpose, and He has shown us the model. He has shown us the prototype. He has shown us the example. And this is the perfect example right here. We are going to get nations for Christ. And these are not just these are not just empty words. And you could determine, you could make up your mind to be one of those that are going to do exploits for God. If you have been watching our videos and maybe you enjoy them, maybe you don't enjoy them, but still, we need you to help us spread the word. And for that to happen, we only need you to take 5 little steps. Please help us spread this word by liking the video. Then, if you have not yet subscribed to our channel, please go ahead and subscribe to the channel. We also need you to press the notification button. And the way to do that is to click on the bell. You see the bell there? Click on it. Then, of course, leave your comments. Let's know what you're thinking about each video. And finally, we need you to go and share the word. Share this video on your Facebook timeline, on your Instagram, and every other platform that you have. All right? Let's win the world for Christ. Thank you so much. Peace.